I really feel like I deeply understand the finance and the sales piece.
Right.
Now, marketing, I thought marketing was supposed to be with sales. Now, you've broken it and put it on a different cadence. Why?
Well, sales feeds off marketing,
Okay.
but marketing feeds off product. Okay, so that's why marketing is on the same cadence as product.
It's amazing.
Because
like just saying that, it's so logical, but nobody's written that down. It's so obvious. Product gives marketing something to market, and then marketing gives those leads to sales.
Yeah. So basically, in a startup, most news that a startup generates will somehow be product news, right?
Sure.
So marketing feeds off product. Product, it gives marketing the grist for the mill. If the startup stops shipping, the news starts becoming kind of fake and manufactured, right?
We had a hire, we hired somebody, or we raised money. It's not, we released this new feature that is going to blow you away. You need a demo of this feature.
Startup news should really be product centric, right? Because if you're not shipping great product, what's the point?
Yeah. I mean, it's innovate or die, right? I mean, and this is why our friend Elon is just, or Steve Jobs, or Benioff, they've become incredibly good at this cadence of releasing product after product. Now, some of them are duds, some of them are not important, some of them fall flat, but some of them, like the Cybertruck, people won't shut up about.
Okay, so that's a great point. Those are the examples I give in my blog.
Yes.
And here's the trick that they figured out is that you need to have a launch event to focus the world's attention. So just putting out a press release is not good enough. It doesn't penetrate the clutter. You have to combine a live demo of your new product, and then you add other things. You talk about new customer logos. You talk about your growing market share. You talk about financing news. You can include the new metrics or milestones that you've hit. You can include partners in the announcement, in customer stories and anecdotes. All of that matters, and you can include it. But the heart of it, it always revolves around a live product demo. And so what we're really talking about here is a launch event. And, if you think about like what Benioff does with Dreamforce every year, Dreamforce is a launch event. I mean, they do all the other stuff too. There's partners and customers and all of it, but they're always presenting a ton of new products.
Which is a forcing function for the product team. So now the marketing team has said, we rented this space. We put our asses on the line. We got skin in the game.
Right.
We need to show something.
Right. When Elon says we are doing the Model 3, or the Cybertruck unveiling on such and such a date, and we've been to some of those things and we get the invitations in advance, like the engineers have to hit that. They can't miss it.
No, there has to be a Cybertruck at the Cybertruck launch.
Right. And so those events, those launch events get scheduled months in advance, and the invitations go out. There's a press announcement. And so the whole company, starting with the leader, puts their, butts on the line to hit that launch date.
Skin in the game. Just like the sales team, right? The sales team has skin in the game because they got that quarterly review. If you don't hit your number, now you're on a PIP, a performance improvement plan. You don't hit your number 2 quarters in a row, you're out, right? Is that how you ran it?
Yeah. What's really helpful about sales is you get customer feedback right away, right? So like if the customer's not buying what you're selling, you find out real quick and you can make adjustments. And the great thing about a launch event is it works the same way. If people hate it, you're going to find out really quickly. And that's a good dynamic to have. Now, a lot of founders don't want it's scary. A lot of founders are too scared that they might hear something they don't want to hear. But I think, but that's that's not, it's better to just get the news. The other thing that I think a lot of founders are scared of, what they'll say in response to this is, well, no one's going to show up at our event. They're worried they're going to declare it, they're going to build it, no one will come. And, my experience with Yammer, even in the second year of Yammer, As a startup, we were able to fill a hotel ballroom and get people to go to our user conference. And so you'd be surprised. I mean, again, we're talking about startups that are at that 50 to 500 employee stage. And so they've raised a series A or B or C. And, if they've done that, there's enough of a community of support that they can rally that community and fill, a room. Now, in today's sort of post-COVID environment, it's not going to be a hotel ballroom anymore. It's going to be a virtual event, a virtual conference. That's fine. It could just be a webinar. You're not going to have a giant user event every quarter. You may just have some sort of webinar, and that's fine. What's really important is that you have an audience, so you can see what the reaction is, and that you set the date in advance and send out the invitations, because it's not just about the external benefit of generating all that positive marketing. It's about the internal benefit of motivating the team to hit a deadline that you specify in advance.
Which is the point of this blog post, which is why it resonates so deeply, I think, with me and many people is, you're trying to reduce chaos. So to reduce chaos and make people feel good, you have to introduce some accountability. Accountability, which is called the date, and it manifests itself with the date or the sales target. Accountability actually reduces chaos, and that's what I would assume you would think is a healthy stress of being at a startup.
Yes. It increases accountability. It also increases transparency because everyone knows what they're working towards. We know that 2.5 months from now, we're all going to be convened together at this user conference, and we're going to have to, deliver. And so everyone's working towards the same goal, and that creates, a tremendous amount of it synchronizes everybody. It creates, a lot of esprit de corps.
And for those of you who don't speak French, esprit de corps means I think you're spirited to your core.
Call it fellowship, right? Everyone feels
esprit de corps means the spirit of the group,
right? So you all feel like you're working on the same team, right?
It's kind of like the Super Bowl effect. The Super Bowl is coming. The amount of hype of the Super Bowl, they give it that nice, I don't know if it's 3 weeks up until the Super Bowl. You get this nice energy building towards it.